Hello, let's continue our advanced Sudoku series with Mio Min Mio by Shye. This puzzle is from the Sudokult Gospel Puzzle Pack. There's a link in the description if you want to check the whole pack out. I'm going to be going through the puzzles one by one, though, so you're welcome to follow along with me as well. This is in a chapter titled Learn to Fly, so we're expecting some kind of wing to appear in this puzzle. And there's a link in the description if you want to try it yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Okay, so fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm going to pencil these corners. So this cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it can only be 8, 9. This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, could be 5. Sees 6, 7, 8, could be 9. Very suspicious so far. This cell sees, doesn't see a 1. It sees 2. Doesn't see a 3, sees 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, doesn't see 9. Okay. Well, these might come in handy to have. The corners have been used in the past, so I figured and they seem to see a lot, so I figured I'd pencil it. Now this corner's full. That's a little suspicious, but... Okay, so I'm going to go over something real quick here to explain why I'm going to do this, but I'm going to really quickly, and I hope you don't mind this little lecture, go over the concept of strong links and weak links, because I think that's going to be important for this puzzle and future ones. So I think it's definitely going to be just important to understand them. So let's go over our Y wing. Let's pretend that this was a 5-8 cell. We're going to ignore our conflict highlighting there. So pretend this cell could only be 5-8. Then we would have a Y wing. It's our traditional Y wing, which I explained through the use of pivot and pincer. So either this is an 8 making this a 5, or this is a 9 making this a 5. So I kind of drew this, right? This 8 eliminates that 8. This 9 goes all the way down there, eliminates that 9. So one of these 5s must be true because one of these is true. And so that eliminates 5 from this cell. I mean, assuming that was actually 5-8. We're going through an example. Now, what's actually going on, well, not what's actually going on there, but one way we can think about this is through strong links and weak links. So a strong link is saying, a strong link is saying one of these two facts has to be true. So one way to write that in logic is not A implies B, right? Which means if you can always inverse an implication, right? So, but you'd reverse them as well. So you inverse and reverse. That means, well, what did I just do? That means that, oops, sorry. Not B implies A. I don't know where my B went. So not A implies B also means not B implies A. So basically what that's telling us is one of them has to be true. So if one's not true, the other one is. That's a strong link. So there's a strong link between this 5 and 8. Again, we're pretending this cell can only be 5-8. We can represent that with like a double line, it's kind of like an equal sign, but it's not an equal sign. Just a double link there, right? Which is saying either this 5 is true or this 8 is true. And that's obviously true if we're pretending this can only be 5-8, because the cell would be empty if it were neither, right? So the by value is the most obvious way to get a strong link. Now a weak link is A implies not B. And you can reverse that. You can flip the terms and inverse them. So B also implies not A. So that's like basic Sudoku rules, right? Like if this is an 8, then this one's not an 8. So I can draw a weak link between these 8s. I'm going to use one line for that. I'm going to erase this stuff here. So a weak link is just saying they can't both be true. They could also both be false, but they can't both be true. At least one of them's false, and that's true of these 8s, right? So then this 8, 9 has a strong link, and then these 9s, let's just spiral there, have a weak link. And then these have a strong link. So we can actually travel from this 5 to this 5, because if you think about it, if I have not A implies B, and then I have B implies not C, then we can say not A implies not C, right? Because the B's combine. So not A implies B, which implies not C. And that's how we're chaining. And then that not C might imply D. And then that D might imply not E. And you can just keep going. So that's called an alternating inference chain. And all wings, well, there's a number of wings. I won't say all of them because there are things named wings that don't do this. But a lot of the wings that we're going to be looking to find, including the Y wing, are a alternate inference chain that is 3 strong links and 2 weak links. So we have a strong link between the 5 and 8, which has a weak link to that 8, which has a strong link to the 9, which has a weak link to this 9, which has a strong link to this 5. And when you do a chain like that, one of the ends must be true, right? Because we're saying not 5 implies 8, which implies not 8, which implies 9, right? And we've moved along this line as we did it, right? These are different 8s. And so, whoops, let me undo that. And so then the 9 implies not 9 in this bottom cell, which then implies 5. And I'm sorry, I went off screen there. That's my fault. Hopefully you get it. I'll do it one more time. So not 5 implies 8, which implies not 8, which implies 9, which implies not 9, which implies 5. So not 5 implies this is 5. So we have the full implication here of not 5 in row 1, column 5 implies 5 in row 9, column 1. Hopefully that makes sense. And we can inverse that implication. So not 5, row 9, column 1 implies 5 in row 1, column 5. So either this 5 is true or this 5 is true, or both. But they can't both be false, because if one of them is false, it implies the other is true through our chain, or inference chain. That's logic. So one of these two is 5, which means anything they see is not 5. So that is how a Y-wing works in the context of an alternating inference chain. But your strong links don't have to be bi-values, and your weak links don't have to be across rows, columns, or boxes. So we can do different combinations of that, and as long as it's 3 strong links and 2 weak links, there's some named wing for it. I don't remember all the names, but we might be finding one of those in this puzzle. And so that is all of that to explain. I saw that 8 can only be in 2 places in this row. I'm going to use colors to kind of designate that I'm pencil marking across these corner marks across this row, but I want to remember all the bilocals that I find. So I want to find as many bi-values and bilocals that I can in this puzzle. I think then we might be able to build a wing out of that. Okay, so what else can we do? Let's just scan at this point. So we do have these 2 1s, and this one looks in. I am going to avoid corner marking anything that's 3 in a box in this puzzle, because I want to know all of my bilocals. I don't want to know 3 in a box at this point. I don't think it's going to be helpful in this puzzle. So we have 2 4s looking in. There's a 4 in one of those 2. We got the 1s, the 4s. Okay, this 8 looks in, this 8 looks in. 8 is actually one of these 2 in this box as well, which is going to be really hard to remember, but there we go. I think that's all I'm getting out of this band. Let's look at this band. Okay, we have 2 7s looking in. That's 7 in 3 places. I'm not going to mark that. Do I have anything else? 8s? No. 9s? No. Okay, let's move on. This 1 9 looks down. So actually, this is a bi-value cell, because this is a hidden 1 9 pair in the box. It's the only 2 cells in the box that can be 1 and 9, so they must be. That leaves 2 3. What am I missing? 2 3 and 5 here. Okay, we'll fill that. What does that mean for this column? Is there anything interesting in this column? Let's see. We have 1 2 3 accounted for. We need 4 6 7 8. So the 4 is down here. 4 6 7 8. This isn't 4 or 8, so this is only 6 7. Oops, meant to center mark that. Okay, I am seeing 6 in this column is in 2 places, so we'll mark that by local. we have the same thing with this 9. This 8 took it out of these 3. This 9 takes it out of these 3. So 9 is bilocal in one of these 2. Let's make that yellow. I don't want to repeat a color here. That's very suspicious, isn't it? I don't know what to do with that yet. We're building something up, though. Look at this. We've got... This is a strong link between these 8s. So I'm going to draw it out. And I'll just keep it drawn out, because maybe that... I mean, I'm expecting it to be in this perimeter, basically, so that's why I'm focusing on it. It's a little meta, but there we go. So there's a strong link between these 8s. You know, we have a strong link between the 8 and the 9 here as well. Actually, yeah, I think I want to use that. Or I could mark it. I could mark all the strong links, and then there's also a weak link between these 8s, so we can kind of remember that as well. But there's a strong link between these 8s as well. Kind of interesting. This isn't down to just 8, 9, right? No, it can be a lot of things. And then now we found a strong link between these 9. So I'm just gonna write out these strong links here. Oops. Don't have very good precision with my mouse here. You know what? We have this one here. It's doing the same thing. So let's actually mark this up. We've got 1s in one of these 2. We can continue our chainy chain with blue here. So there's a strong link between these 1s as well. And all of these strong links are also weak links. We should keep in mind. That's not always true, but in this case it is. What's this doing? Oh, you know what? We actually have enough without that 1. Let's think about it this way. And I'll show you the AIC way. So you know how the pivot in a Y-wing, you can use the pivot as a bi-value cell? We're going to use this bilocal 8 as our pivot. So actually, I'm going to clear this out right now. So this bilocal 8 is our pivot. That's kind of our starting strong link. And then this 8 has a weak link to that 8. I should actually mark it in the center mark there. And this 8 has a weak link to this 9, which is interesting to see. And then these 9s have a strong link. Okay, good enough. And that's all we need. Okay. So let's think about it in a kind of a wingy way. This is probably easier to think about. 8 is in one of these 2 cells. And the connections are a bit strange here, but if this is an 8, then this cell's a 9. Otherwise, this yellow, so if green 8 is an 8, then this green cell's 9. If yellow 8 is an 8, think about this. It eliminates this 9, making this cell a 9 because of the bilocal link. So one of these 2 is 9, meaning this can't be a 9. Very convenient. So I don't know the name of that wing. I'll look it up. I'll look it up after. Yeah, let's actually look in the document now to find the name of it. I have this on the spoiler already in case I needed it. So Mio. Apparently it's called an M wing. Okay, so we'll try to remember that. But yeah, you know it's a wing because we have 3 strong links. You can count them. We have, let me even change color here. Here. We've got 1, 2, 3 strong links, and then we have 2 weak links. I'll use blue for weak link. We have 1, 2 weak links. So that's a wing. And so we can look at this as an AIC as well. 9 has a strong link to 8, which has a weak link to this 8, which has a strong link to this 8, which has a weak link to this 9, which has a strong link to that 9. And so one of these 2 has to be 9, because either if this is not 9, this is 9, which then transposes to if this is not 9, then that's 9. So one of these two is 9, and that puts a 5 here. Very nice. That gets us the 3. I'm going to clear all this out, and I'm going to switch back to red here. Okay, in case I need to draw again. But I get the feeling that that's what we needed to find. And I get the feeling that that is the M-wing. Because it's a weird combination of strong and weak links. And I don't think I need the colors anymore either. So, well, maybe I should keep these bilocals so I can solve faster. But anyway, this is this row needs 1, 7, and 9. That's not a 1. There's a 5 in one of these two. I'm going to focus on this 5 because I think that's the important bit that we needed. Or this 3 maybe. But anyway, let's look at this column. What do we need? We need 2, 4, 8, 9. I'm just going to start filling stuff. Let's see, 2, 4, 8, 9. Maybe I should scan. I didn't really scan much. I found this wing pretty quick. Mostly because I'm kind of meta-ing that these are handcrafted and meant to point you towards them. But yeah. What do these 5s do for me? What does this 3 do for me? Ah, these 3s look in. So 3's one of these two. All right. We have 2 8s looking down. We can actually place this 8 and that 3. Nice. Okay. We have these 2 3s looking up. No, I don't want to mark that right now. We got the 1s. The rest of this box, what do we need? We need 4, 5, 7, 9. I noticed that we had this 5, 9, but we also have the 7. So this is a naked 4. Okay, we're left with a 5, 7, 9 triple here. What do we have here? 1, 2, 5, 9? No, not 1. 2, 5, 6, 9. 6 is in only one place in this row. Yeah, these 6s. Why can't this be 6? Yeah, because of the box. Okay, so that's a 6. So this is 2, 5, 9. Ooh, and it can't be 5 or 9. Because of the 5 that we got. Nice. So that's a 2. That's 5 and 2. That's 9. 7 and 5. Very nice. This is not a 2. That's not a 7. 1, 9 pair there. So I don't think I need this coloring anymore on this because we have it as a 1, 9 pair. I want to keep that though. What do we need here? We need 1, 4, 7, 9. I saw this couldn't be 4, 9. This column needs 1, 2, 5, 7, not 2, 1, 3, 5, 7. This can't be 1 or 5. Interesting. Let's look at this. This box is done, so let's look at these columns. 5s have a buddy, but I don't really want to mark that. 8s, 3s? Yeah, it's all just ones I didn't want to mark. Not today. 7s are up here. We have these 2 7s looking in. What we got all these digits. What are they doing for us? This column has 3 left. We need a 1. We need a 2. And a 7. Okay. Here we need a 1. We have the 2, 3. We need 4. We have 5. We need 6, 7. So that's not, yeah, we got a 1, 7 pair here. That's very nice. So this is a 2. Another 1, 7 pair. What else can I do here? Right, this is 7, 8, 9, it looks like. And this can't be 7, 8. So that's the 9. That's 8. Nice. That's 7. So that's a 6, right? I have that. Oh no, the 6 corner mark is this column. I need to hold on. 7, 8, 9 wasn't correct because we had the 1, 7 pair. So the 1, 7. Oh, that's what I did. I didn't eliminate this 7. So that's the 7. That makes that a 6 by our buy local. That's a 4 and that's an 8. Okay, so that's not an 8 anymore. We get the 1, 7, 4, 6, 7, and 1. Hopefully I haven't made a mistake at this point. That's a 9. We get the 4. That's not 4, that's not 1, that's not 4, that's not 9. This is a known value. I'm gonna unhighlight these first. Okay. This looks like it is a 3, and then this value is a 9. All right, it looks like we might be home free at this point. 1, 2, we need a 3 and a 6. So that's the 3, that's the 6. Get the 7. 2 or 8. Doesn't look done, but we do get this 1 down here. We get the 9 and the 7, the 5 and the 3. What do we want to do? This pair? Well, we know this one's the 9. Do we? No, we don't. Well, now we do, because this is the 9. That's the one. That finishes our buy local. Okay. This is a 3. Let's see. I need a 1 and a 5. So that's the 1. That's the 5. Here I need 2, 3. 3 goes there. And an 8. 8 goes there. Okay. Here I need 2, what is it, 2, 5, and 6. So that's the 6 because of this 2, 5. And then this is 2 and 5. We get the 8, 2, and 8 here, and we're left with 1, 2, and 4. That's the 2, that's the 1, that's the 4. All right, pretty cool. I hope you learned something here. I hope you enjoyed my little lecture on AICs. I might have to point back to this video. I don't think I want to explain it in every single one of these videos, but I'll have to point back to this one to kind of explain alternating inference chains. I also have a Sudokult discussion episode on alternating inference chains, which I will link. If you're interested in learning a lot more about it, I'm going to link up there where you can learn about AICs. Pretty old video I did with Philip Newman, but still very, very relevant information-wise. And of course, if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.